Welcome everyone to our Wednesday podcast of Walking This Way's Impact Voice. I'm Furman Jackson Jr. We are live streaming from the DFW, that's Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. In the studio with me, in the studio with me, I got an artist, producer, father, brother, leader, king. Every time I think about this guy, he puts me in the mindset of Dr. Dre, Pharrell,
Oh
Timbaland,
wow.
and I'm just giving you a cigar, my brother, because that's what you put me in the mind of your work ethic, your drive. And he's here with me in the studio. So I gotta give it up to him. Pap-Star. Brother, welcome. You've been a pioneer in this music industry for a very long time since you was a young man. Still putting in work. You still grinding. You still elevating the sound of music. So, my
Yeah.
brother, thank you for taking time out of your productive schedule. And man, if I want to give a big shout out to the 63 people that's watching us right now on live streaming on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook Live. So, my brother, go ahead and reintroduce yourself. I know you're no stranger to the podcast.
Yeah, man. First off, I just want to thank you for having me back on. Good to be back. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Pap-Star, and just like he said, I'm a recording artist. I'm also a producer. I'm a certified life coach um, in mental health, and kind of jack of all trades, I guess. When it comes down to music. But yeah, that's me. TV and film. I also produce and record vocals for TV and TV and film. So you'll probably hear me on some of these shows. I've been on Love Is Blind, Love and Hip Hop, just a lot of shows, a couple of Netflix shows. So yeah,
Man, that's what's up. And I know, like I said, when I mentioned before the show, for people who's tuning in watching now, that you've been in this for a very long time. And for those getting a big shout out to the 108 right now that's harassing us right now.
let's
Big
go.
shout out to the 108 people that's watching us right now. We love y'all. We thank y'all for just tuning in. 112 now. So big up to everybody who's
Hey,
watching us
going
right
up.
now, man. That's what it's all about, staying consistent. So my question is, and like I said, I know you've been doing music for a very long time since you're a young man. For those getting to know you for the very first time, when did you get your start in music?
Well, as far as music or as far as production, I got started with that when I was around 14. As far as the writing process, just always writing songs. I've been doing that since I was in the third grade. But like actually getting in the studio, that started around when I was 14.
And that's what's up. And I want my
Yeah.
next question is, who inspired you to make music?
Oh man. I mean, I want to say like watching my dad like play his bass. That really what kind of got me started into music. And then I kind of started off as far as genre rise. I started off in the church, so I was doing like Christian rap. So we had the groups like Lecrae and Cross Movement, and that's some of the first music I kind of listened to and started getting into hip hop and rap. And then I started branching off and listening to like pop, Black Eyed Peas, and, started getting into Michael Jackson real heavy, and just trying to be real rounded in all the genres. But
Yeah,
yeah, man, I want to say mainly my father was the first person that kind of introduced me to music.
and that's what's up. And I know you mentioned a lot of great artists that influenced your career. And I know you always keeping up with the sound. I know you're more into the future with it, but you always keeping up with the sounds. As a man of music, and as a pioneer, what methods, what are you always doing to keeping your ear to the streets? How do you go about the strategies to just keep up with today's sound?
Well, I honestly, it's kind of like I do the reverse of keeping my ear to the streets. I honestly just is stay true to my, and when it comes down to how my music sounds and like lyrical content, I'm always gonna stay true to myself. So whether I guess people may feel it's corny or whatever. Like if I feel like it's dope, then it's dope. Regardless. And I pretty much keep it like that. Like I don't. Every now and then I go on, and my dad taught me this. I go on maybe like I might take a week off of recording, and I might just listen to music. Listen to new music. And it'll be different genres. It'll be jazz. It could be what's going on new in hip hop. Anything concerning music that's like new. I may listen to it. Just maybe for some inspiration, or but for the most part, I, it's meditation, man. Like I literally will meditate, and I get through with meditation, and I just have this sound like on the inside of me. And I can just feel it. I be like, I got to get this out, and I just start recording, and the music kind of builds itself. Since I'm a producer, I'll start with the beat first, and so the beat, I mean, the song will literally build itself. I'll start off with the kick, and then I'm like, oh, this kick sounds good. I need this type of snare. I need this type of bass line. I need this type of, and that's kind of how I put it together. And once the beat is made, I just jump on and I do what I feel. And the reason I do it like that because sometimes if you listen too much of outside influence, you'll find yourself falling into trends. And as artists, we actually have a responsibility to kind of look forward. We got to look ahead. And so jumping into the latest trend, we don't know how long that trend is going to go. But if you create a trend, if you create a movement, that's how you can have longevity in the game. So you kind of got to be ahead of the consumer or the person that's listening to music. You got to be ahead of them because, to be honest, man, people we don't know what we like sometimes, until we hear it. Then we're like, yo, that's tight. But sometimes we don't know until we hear it. So not all the time you can go by like the consumer and what they want. You have to be the one to say this is what you all need, and kind of take it from there.
Yeah, that's what's up. And like I said, you talking. I gotta give a big shout out to 174 viewers right now. That are
Oh wow.
the numbers are going up, man. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in. 182 now, so we got Pat. We got to give a big shout out to the 182
All right,
viewers
let's
that's watching
go.
this right now. So I'm watching in the studio. I know I got to give a big shout out to Tyrone Better. He's an actor here in the DFW, and he was talking about discipline, staying consistent,
Yeah.
elevation. I'm just paraphrasing, but also put in the work, investing in yourself, investing into your craft, investing in your productivity. And he said something very important. He said, as he's been an actor, the main focus is to put butts in the seats. In other words, it's all about generating income, generating money.
Right.
Cause you want to give everybody their money's worth, right?
Yeah.
So, and as you being a businessman, you want to give your 1,000% because at the end of the day, we know that our customers, our loyal, they don't want to pay our bills at the end of the day. So we want to make sure we are giving them the best product around. To any advice you have, and I know like you've been in the game for a long time. What advice will you give an up and coming artist that inspire to make hits, inspire to make music? What advice would you give them? Because we know we're in the generation now. Everybody wants that instant gratification. I
Yeah.
know you're
Yeah.
from the old school, so what advice would you give?
The first, I definitely want to say that it's a journey. Uh, you know, there are some people that can come into music and can get what it may seem to be instant success. It's kind of quick,
Hmm.
but it's really a journey. And you will evolve. You will find yourself experimenting with different sounds, but it's really a journey. And if you look at it as a journey instead of trying to like always get to that destination and just kind of enjoying the journey, it'll make it a whole lot easier for you as an artist. So this artistry is it's like a road, you know what I mean? And as you travel on this road, you're gonna change, and you can't be afraid of failure. Failure is something that is kind of talked about as something bad, but you can't be afraid of failure because out of failure is how a lot of times how you learn. Of course, if you can learn from somebody else's failures, watch some blogs, and listen to some of these guys that have already kind of made it and learn from their failures. Some of those failures you have to make, but on your own journey, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna make a track that you may feel that is great, and then you put it out there, and it may not get the feedback that you want. That's okay. You get back in the studio, and then you run it again. Because honestly, you only got to get this thing right one time. That's it. You get it right one time, and you won. Then everything you do after that, people looking now. You know what I mean? But as far as to get people to look at you, you only got to do it right one time. So don't be afraid of the journey. Don't be scared to fail. Don't be scared to try new things and experiment. That would be my that would definitely be my advice. That to think of this more like a journey, and I think that'll be better on your mental health if you
Right.
think of it that way. Because it can get discouraging. You know what I mean? You might go spots where you don't make no money, you don't see any money, or you might go spots where you're not getting any bookings or anything like that. So during those times, you gotta stay motivated and you gotta stay consistent. So that'll
Yeah,
be my advice.
you have to. And I gotta give a big shout out to our 203 Washingtons that's watching us right now. It's going to 203 right now. So big shout out to everybody watching
Wow.
Walking This Way Impact Was podcast. So we appreciate everybody. And we know that it does takes time. We know it's a process. You hear a lot of great ones say that it's not all about having the fame and the fortune. They said the most fun is the process. It's getting up early, going to bed late, making decisions necessary stuff we have to tell you. I watched a clip from Young Jeezy, and he said when he first started, he was living off of remember Subway was cheap back in the day, like the $2
Yeah.
whatever. He said when he first started, his goal was to save a certain amount of money for 3 years. He said what he did was he just ate off Subway. He just ate the 6 foot inch Coke chips, and that's what he did because he was sacrifice in order to get where he wanted to be at.
Right.
And we know, and I say this all the time, Pap, and I shared this conversation with somebody a while back. People want the success. Well, I won't say people. Individuals want the success,
Hmm.
but they're not willing to give up anything for the success. Like they want to be comfortable, but be successful at the same time. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
You have to give up something. I know where you at today, and your journey is a long journey. Not only that, your investments are into mainstream pictures now. When you first heard your work with the Netflix and other outlets, what went through your mind at that time when you like, you know what, I made it? But I know you ain't stopped yet.
That's a good question, actually. I can tell you exactly what went through my mind. What went through my mind when I first heard my track was like I did like, oh man, like it happened. Like all this work, all the courses that I was taking, you know, oh man, like it worked. And then once I saw it work once, I was like, if I can do it once, I can do it again. Another placement, another placement, another placement. And then it becomes just like clockwork. Now I'm gonna be real, kind of looking a little crazy if I look up and if I don't get a placement within, a certain amount of time. I'm kind of looking like, whoa, what's going on here? Because I've already established a pattern now. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you only got to get it right once. Once you get it right once, you can keep it going, and you just build on that. Watch and repeat. Watch and repeat. Once you find that formula, watch and repeat. Then you can move on to something else. Now we got TV and film down. Okay, now let's work on my individual artistry. Let's build that up now. Now that I see, I'm starting to build a little buzz around my name through TV and film. Now my individual music that I'm pushing myself without the help of a label or the help of TV and film. Let me jump on this. Let me get this formula down. Okay, I got this down. Okay, now we on mental health. All right, let me get that down. You know what I mean? You can move on to something else. That's kind of how these successful people do. They take something, they master the craft, then the things that they learn from that craft, they take and apply it to another craft as far as like the disciplines. Apply it to another craft, master that. That's how these guys end up having multiple streams and multiple revenue streams. Rick Ross rapping, he got that down. Okay, now we doing Wingstop. You know what I mean? We franchise the Wingstop. Now we got beverage deals and things like that. Like you just move on, you just keep watching and repeating, keep grinding, and just keep getting better.
And that's it, like 50 Cent. 50 Cent,
Yeah,
music, television, movies, constantly evolving. We know
yeah,
it's all about making money on top of money, and that's what it's all about. You know, they say the rich get rich, and that's what it's all about, investments. And we see a lot of artists, like look at Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre been in the game for a long time. I love Dre work ethic. He made it where he don't even have to make music if he don't want to. If
Yeah,
Dre drop an album right now, we know it's gonna go #1 because that's just
yeah,
how he is.
right. 'Cause
Or for
he
real,
has a
for
track
real.
record of that. So we expecting that from him for him to drop that heat. And you know what? It's funny that you mentioned 50 Cent, because a lot of people talk about, the shows that he has out now, like Power, and the one, a lot of other shows that he has it kind of like in that universe. We talk about how great that was, but I remember when 50 Cent played in a movie, I think that he produced. It was like one of his first movies that he was
Okay.
involved in. This man lost a whole bunch of weight. I can't remember what the movie was called, but he was really skinny in that movie. Like he lost a whole bunch of weight so he could look sick, because I think he was playing like a cancer patient or something like that. The movie kind of flopped in a way. Like people talked about it. I seen all the negative comments about it, but look at him now. Look. So he had to start somewhere. He had to start, but it definitely where he started is not where he is now. Because he kept going, kept learning. So again, that this goes back to the point. Do not feel bad if you fail, or if you look at your stats and they're not looking like the other artists that are in your era. Don't look at that. Don't look at other people's journey. Look at your journey. Focus on your path. I'm telling you. And the things that you're believing for, that you're seeing, and that you believe to be true and that you can achieve, you will achieve them. You just got to stay consistent, keep that tunnel vision,
Yeah, you got to. What they say, keep your head down and work, right? So
and
that's what it's
work.
all about. And then keep your head down and
and
work.
and work. And it's okay. Like, I'm not saying like in reference to shortcuts. I'm saying work smart too. Now, I'm not just saying go out there and toil and do things that are not giving you fruit. If you're doing something and you be consistent at it, for a while, and just internally you're feeling like this isn't working. I've been at this long enough, and I should see something, and you're not seeing something. It's okay to switch up. You didn't fail or nothing like that. You find out that path didn't work. Now you know.
And
And we
that's
ain't
it.
going on that path no more. That's not working.
And
So let's
that's
try
it.
something new. That's
And
okay.
it's okay. And it's okay. You know, like you say, if it's not working, find something else. Just
Yep.
keep working, keep involved, because we're supposed to involve in a way. So
Yeah.
constantly keep involved, keep on working. And I'm kind of glad, Pap, that we have mentorship taking place now. We have life coaching taking place. And I know you mentioned life coaching. We know, let's go biblical for a moment. We know the Bible says, without a vision, the people perish.
Hmm.
You know, when we used to hear that stuff in church, we think that's talking about ministry, but it's not talking about ministry. It's talking about our life. It's
Yeah.
talking about structure in life. If we don't have no structure, we don't have no vision, the people perish. So we have to know where we going. So we heard that scripture a lot, and we hear it today. What do you think about that when people now want to get their lives together? You know, we hear it now. We can create the life we want to live.
Yeah.
So, what goes in your mind when you hear that we can create the life that we want to live?
What I see, and the way I like to illustrate that is a canvas. Like, our life is really just a canvas, and we have paint that's available to us, that has been given to us. Um, and we can take that brush, we can dip it in that paint, and we can draw however whatever we're seeing. We can draw it. We have the ability to do that. A lot of times is that people just don't operate in their full capacity. And a lot of that has to do with thinking, limited thinking, um, things like I can't saying things like I can't do that. I would, oh man, I wish I could do that. I could never do something like that. I could, well, you just eliminated yourself out there. So now you just took the erasing eraser or whatever, and or got a new canvas and just took the paint off. Now you start from scratch where you could have drew something there. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but the canvas idea, that's what I see. Like, our life is a canvas, and we can really paint this life how we want to. Um, I wrote down on paper I wanted to be on Netflix. I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I didn't know what track was gonna get on there. I didn't, what I mean? I didn't know. I wrote it down. I saw my music on Netflix as I meditated. I um I could feel the emotions of what it would feel like with flashing on and like, oh, that's my music. Like I experienced those feelings before it even happened and accepted those feelings as truth. And when I did that, and when I started using that principle, I start seeing a lot of things manifest. You got to, and that's like what you said. It's in the Bible. Like you have to write the vision down. You got to make it plain, and you got to know it for yourself. Like this is true. People are gonna come and tell you know, things against it. They're gonna say, "Hey, you sure you should be doing Pap? You think you should be doing music, man? You got quite a few children. You know what I mean? You 37. You think you still need to be rapping, doing music? Well, this is what I'm called to do. You know what I mean? These are my talents, my skill sets. God has made room for me with these gifts. Yes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay true to it. If you with me, hey, support me, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you not with me, it's all good too. Just stay on my way. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
We'll keep it like that.
That's it. Stay out your way, and we know
Yeah, just
that's
stay
what
out
it's
my
all
way
about.
because I'm going full force going forward. And I don't want to see you get ran over. So just stay, you know what I mean? Just stay out the way.
Hey, you heard that? Yeah, hear that, ladies and gentlemen. Those who watching right there, stay out his way if you're not with him. And tonight's episode is titled after your track, Quick Flip. That's the title of this episode. Quick Flip. I know you got it programmed on all your social media platforms. I know this is
Yeah.
your newest single. What is behind Quick Flip? Why the title Quick Flip?
Man, I'm telling you, I made quick flip really. I was going like I really was just manifesting some bread. I needed some bread, man, just straight up. And I was really flustered at the situation that I had at the time. And again, as artists, we take our frustrations, we just put it in the music. And I remember when I was making the beat, I know I wanted something that was gonna make you feel like you wanted to like make money, like a get money type beat. You know what I mean? Rick Ross got one. Every day I'm hustling. You know what I mean? He got
Right.
so every artist got that get money song. You know what I mean? So, but this was more so personal for me because I was actually in need, and I was able to use the song to actually manifest some bread for myself. But I remember when that beat came on, when I got done with the beat and I put the headphones on, I heard that beat. And the first thing in my mind was like, I need the cash, the cash, the cash, the cash, the cash. That's what I needed at the time. I said, I'm gonna say that. I need the cash, the cash, the cash, the cash, the cash. I said, I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna run it again. That's because I need it. You know what I mean? Like I need it. So I kept going with the track, and when I got done, I was like, man, it's like a money mantra. And that's pretty much what Quick Flip is. It's I kind of made it to meet everybody where they at, in their journey in life. And Quick Flip is definitely just a song to get you motivated to get that bread that's yours. It's money flowing in this world. I mean, just flowing. That's why
Yeah.
it's called currency. You know what I mean? It really does flow. And if you understand that money is plentiful and you don't have the poverty mindset of, that is I barely can make a dime and all that. Like if you get that out your mind and understand that money is plentiful and it flows, like you can get money. You can get it, and you will get ideas internally that you'll feel. And a lot of time we get ideas we don't even act on. We don't write down. We'll get an idea and be like, "Oh, that's a good idea." Don't write it down. But that's your internal subconscious, telling you, "Hey, here's an idea I got for you that can make you some money. Do this." It might be something far fetched, off the wall. Get on TikTok, drink some coffee, and say this. And I ain't getting on TikTok. TikTok ain't for me. La la la. You start talking to yourself. But see, me, I don't do that with myself. When internally I feel something, and then I make my mind, I'm gonna do this. Like there's no negotiation with myself. If I say I'm gonna get up today and I'm gonna run, right? And while I'm running, my body starts feeling kind of crazy. No, I'm not going by how I'm feeling. I made a contract with myself. I said that I'm gonna run, and we gonna get out here and we gonna run, and that's just how it's gonna go. So I don't know where I went with that, but hopefully,
Hey,
hopefully I answered the
it's
question.
all good. It's all good because, like I said, you got to keep running, ladies and gentlemen. Keep
Yeah.
running because long we got breath in our bodies and the Most High allow us to see another day. We
Yeah.
know we got another day again to right. We know we already in this is already July the 5th. We already in the 7th month of 2023. We know that or we have to ask ourselves, we satisfied where we at, or
Mm,
if we know we want to gain more? Because at the end
mm.
of the day, pal, nobody don't want to be broke. Let's just be realistic. Nobody don't want
Yeah.
to be broke. Nobody don't want to struggle. When you look at your bank account on your phone or your pad or your computer laptop, you see where your bank account is not where I want to be at. That just be realistic. Nobody does not want to be. I don't want to be broke. I know you want to be broke. You want to be
No,
able
I
to
do
have
not.
have the funds, better. Not say go out there and do stupid stuff,
Yeah.
but you want to be able to have the funds to pay bills on time, have stuff stay away for your kids. You know what I'm saying? The Bible
Yeah.
says, "Good man leave hand for your children." I
Yeah.
know you're not talking about like on material, but also the spiritual side, whatever.
Yeah.
But nobody don't want to be broke. That's why everybody is moving towards the entrepreneurship. People moving into getting life insurance and getting different investments because everybody wants to have a very satisfying life. I know I
Yeah.
do. You know what I'm saying? So that just be real. Nobody don't want to be broke,
Yeah.
and it's not
Like,
fun
yeah, the
being broke.
money is, it's really even not about the money, because if you become like the best, or you that you can be, all that's gonna come automatically.
True.
If you're in the field of sales, and you become like the best seller, you learn all the techniques of selling and things like that, like the money gonna come because
Oh yeah.
you're the best in sales.
True.
So just become the best at what you do. And in order to do that, the quickest way is to find something you already like, something that you can do, because in order to be the best, you're going to have to keep practicing it.
You got
So
to.
why keep practicing something that you don't like doing? You know what I mean? Why go and do something that you don't have a heart for? But if you got a passion, a heart for something, you can do that, whether you're making money, whether you're not making money, because it's a passion of yours. So if you start
Yeah.
with that, become the best, and everything else gonna come. The money and all that, that's gonna come. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what I
most
mean? So
definitely. Yeah, you know right, it's gonna come because look at the athletes. Look at Jordan, LeBron,
yeah,
all them cats.
Kobe.
Uh, Kobe. They didn't go looking for money. Like you
Yeah,
said, the money came looking for them. Kobe, Mike, all they was doing what? Perfecting their craft. That's all they
yeah,
was focused on.
perfecting the craft.
That was it. In order to be the best at what they was doing, it was all about winning championships, dominate in their field, in their perfection
Yeah,
with their gift. And like you said, the money gonna come. The
yeah,
money came looking for Kobe. The money came looking for Mike, LeBron. But and all they did was what? Perfect their craft.
yeah, yeah.
Like
And
Dr.
then the
Dre.
money
All it,
provides freedom.
it
You
does.
know, it provides freedom. Hey, you know what? Today, man, I want some pizza, but I don't want no pizza from Mobile, Alabama. I want to go to it. I want to fly to Italy and
Right.
get some Italian. You know what I'm saying? Get some authentic pizza. Let me go on my phone real quick. All right, flight tomorrow. We out. Like,
That's it.
who don't want to be doing that? You know what I
I
mean?
know,
Like,
right?
it's freedom. You know what I mean? And if somebody hit me up and say, "Hey, pal, I need, you know what I'm saying, I need a wood the wood, need about $20, $20, $30. Ah, man, I ain't got it this time. Oh, man, here go 50. I got you. Hey, be blessed. Here go 50.
Hmm.
Overflow.
That's
That's,
it.
what I'm saying. But it start on the inside first. You gotta become that person before it actually happens. I treat my house like a mansion, or my apartment like a mansion. That's
Hmm.
how I treat it. And because I know I'm gonna have one day, but I
Right.
gotta have it now. I gotta vacuum my room, keep my room straight now, keep my
That's
house
it.
smelling good now.
Now.
You know what I mean? I can't wait till I get the mansion to start doing that. When I walk through my halls, I see those rooms already. I see those rooms extended. You know what I mean? I see my separate studio already. So quick flip is like a manifestation song, and we flip it. We Whatever product you got, we gonna flip that product. Whatever talent you got, we gonna flip that product. We gonna get that bread, and we gonna take care of our families, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's pretty much the goal of the song. Plus, it's entertainment. So definitely, I got some innuendos in there, sexual innuendos, things like that. Get your attention. But for the most part, the song is about getting that bread and manifesting that money in your time of need.
That's
And
it.
yeah, that's the whole kind of vibe of that track.
And that's what's up right there. Before we're gonna be paying some bills and do a quick commercial. Now after commercial, Pat, we'll get right back into our Q&A conversation. You see behind me, that's who it's all about. The man himself in the studio with me talking about his music, everything. So y'all stay tuned, everybody. Give a big shout out to everybody who's watching us right now on Walking This Way. Impact Voice Pop. We'll be right back to this commercial break, everybody.
With today's technological advances and fast-paced life, BMS is your trusted next-generation IT solutions provider that keeps you ahead of the competition. From humble beginnings, BMS Company is now one of the fastest-growing software engineering service providers, with international presence and golden reputation for excellence. The BMS Company is your one-stop global destination for web development, mobile application development, digital marketing, SEO, Facebook and Google advertising, social media management, business consulting, printing services, and many more. BMS is trusted to provide timely, cost-effective solutions. At BMS, we believe in providing guaranteed results, irrespective of a project's complexity. No stories, no excuses. And core to all of our operation is that we practice what we preach, and we deliver what we promise. We're proud of our dream team of solution-driven enthusiasts, comprising of industry experts in various fields, including blockchain, IoT, and AI. Our unique makeup and cooperate synergy enables BMS to add heart to technology while delivering our trademark exceptional results for our esteemed customers. Get free 3 months of hosting and 30 days SEO when you partner with us today. Call us now on 469-992-4567 or visit our website at thebmscompany.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back. We're back here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. I am Furman Jackson Jr. I'm the founder and CEO of Walking This Way's Impact Voice Podcast. We're broadcasting right now in the DFW, that's Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. In the studio with me, I have recording artist, producer, businessman, father, Pap-Star with me again. He's no stranger to the podcast. He was on here before. I reached out to him for the month of July. I want to showcase some of the kings, the guys that are doing major things in the city, in the community, because we know that we have to lead. We know that the Bible said the man is the head. We have to lead. And if we out the way, society goes down. But we have to be in our rightful place in order for society to move further into a positive direction. And I'm very excited. Pap-Star, you hanging out with me here on the podcast. You're doing music, working on music. You're working with artists. How has that been? Also working with up and coming artists, perfecting their craft, perfecting their sound. How has that work been as well, working with up and coming artists?
That actually has been amazing. Like working with different artists, it kind of sharpens me. You know, being able to having the opportunity to record, engineer, and produce for different artists, it helps me become better as an artist and also as a producer. Because I know my style, so my style will only have me making kind of beats a certain way. But if I were to make, say, a beat for like a neo soul artist, or I would make a beat for like a artist that's doing pop, that like branches out my mind. I have to, think out. So I get better. Then I start implementing pop elements in my trap music. You know what I mean? And vice versa. You know what I mean? Like now I'm like, okay. I'm kind of mixing different elements together. Kind of making a gumbo track, so to speak. So I love working with other artists. Honestly, feel better when I collaborate. I actually feel like I do better even as an artist if another producer makes a track for me, because now I'm like, okay, it's like that track is giving me a different feel, and now I have to pull something different out of myself than how my tracks normally sound. So I love to collaborate. I think collaborating is one of the best things you can do in music. Um, Also, it makes your job a little easier, even if you're a producer. Say you're a producer and you're making good beats, but like your music isn't sounding good. Like the beat is dope though. The kick, the snare, hi hats, your percussions, all that's fire. But like that music just isn't up to par. Maybe your keyboard skills aren't the best. But then you got this other producer over here who, like Scott Storch, who kills it on the keyboard. You know what I mean? Scott Storch really doesn't make beats. He actually just lay keyboard and then he bounce, and then somebody else programs drums. You can find somebody like that, collab, and you can get work done a lot faster. You can make a bunch of drum loops, send it over to somebody who plays piano, then they just play the keys on top of it. You know what I mean? So, and the same thing, as being an artist. You know, do a hook, find somebody to do your verses. Say like me personally, I love doing verses and hooks, but some people just really good at hooks, but can't write verses for real. Okay, write a bunch of hooks. Get on the song and then find someone else to liven the verse up. Like collaborations are really great. Also, it enables you to tap in to another artist's fan base. So now the fans that are of this producer that weren't my fans are now my fans too because I'm on this producer's track. So it can help grow your fan base as well. So I love collaborating, bro. Iron sharpening iron. There are times where you might get with an artist and you might not feel that chemistry. And during those times, you just know that it's not working. You just got to be mature and say, hey, this collab isn't working. Maybe we can come back on something else or something like that. But I love collaborating.
Yeah, that's what's up. Cause we know it's like we in the independent scene now. We've been independent for a long time. Where I
Yeah,
remember back in the day, people used to go look for record labels and they would look for the deals to sign. But now we're in the era now that people are being their own independent artists now.
yeah,
Social media has helped out a lot, even though it's so good or bad, whatever you want to call it. But in the good part, social media has helped a lot of people out where they don't
yeah,
have to go to the different peoples in order to get a deal. They do an independent scene.
right,
So, as you being in that music field, how has the independent scene been for you? I know you've been doing this for a long time, but how
yeah.
has the independent scene been for you? Or what has you learned more from the independent scene? Because we know like you mentioned earlier, iron sharpen iron. So, as you being in the independent arena, what have you learned? What are you still learning? Because we know
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's all about being effective and making an impact.
Well, I will definitely say, um, first off, that it being independent, my early years, I would do a lot of things as far because I was at the time I was lacking, for lack of a better word, money. A budget.
Right.
So what happened was being independent caused me to start wearing a lot of hats. Okay, but I'm starting to take those hats off now.
Okay.
Um, but when I first started being independent, I had to learn that okay, I don't have a label, so I don't really have money. So I got to learn how to do my own artwork. So I'm in Canva doing my own artwork, right? I didn't really have the money to keep going back and forth to the studio, and when I saw that I was the money that I was spending going back and forth to the studio, I realized that okay, I could have taken that money and bought my own equipment and just learned how to do this. Take a year off and just learn how to do this. You know, record myself, make my own beats, things like that. So being independent has made me independent. You know, to where I was like doing my own videos, I was doing my own just everything, recording myself, everything. Now there's pros and cons to that. Number one, like it took a lot of time for me to learn all that, right? But also I wasn't gonna use the excuse of not having money, of not doing things. So I had to do something, right? So
Right.
as I started doing these things, money started coming, right? So I was able to start, okay, now I got some money coming in, I can take off some of these hats, with the marketing. Now I'm looking to hire like a PR firm, my videos, instead of me always trying to record stuff on my phone all the time, and you can actually record some pretty good videos. If you got a good iPhone, something like that, you can record excellent content with your iPhone. Please don't, negate that. However, I wanted, to go to the next level. So now I have a team, a videography team, what I mean, that handles that, specialized now. I don't have to think about that no more. I can focus on the craft. I don't really have to. I want to get to the point where I have to think about marketing. I have somebody hired to do that. So eventually, you want to have a budget as an independent artist because you're gonna need that. But if you don't have one, it's okay. I didn't even listen from. I didn't even have clothes. You remember? I
Hmm.
would be taking pictures on my Instagram, trying to be brand ambassador, so I can have clothes
Right.
to perform in, to be in my videos in. I don't have to wear that hat
Hmm.
anymore. I don't have to wear the brand ambassador hat anymore. Kind of follows me now. Now people, send me clothes automatically, so
And that's a
I don't have to
blessing.
like push myself as a brand ambassador. But at one time, I wouldn't even push myself as an artist. I was like just taking a bunch of like model type pictures or
Hmm.
wannabe model type pictures with my phone to gain brand ambassador. And you were one of the first people
Yeah, that's
that
true.
that believed in me. And you
Yep.
gave me what this shirt said.
It was a bit. I what's it? I run a $1 billion
I
corporation.
run a $1 billion corporation. You're one
Yep.
of the first people that believed in me. I remember coming in and picking that up from you.
You did.
But and I just, man, that is such a blessing. Just even thinking about that, man. Just thinking about the journey. I don't have to do that anymore. People send me clothes. I have clothes, that I can wear, and it's designer. You know what I mean? Because it's just because it's your homeboy, your friend, or a startup company. If somebody designing that for you, that's designer. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Like hands down, like it don't have to be the Gucci and the Fendi and all that. You know what I mean? Because Gucci and Fendi, they started somewhere too. They started off small too. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Being independent. This independent journey has taught me how to be independent, but it also kind of teaches you that you need a team as well. You
Yeah.
know, so you'll get to that point. And I'm gonna make this example. When I first started, there were times like, let's just take somebody who plays the guitar. When you first start learning how to play the guitar, you're looking at the music, you're looking at your fingers, you're making sure you're right. Okay.
Hmm.
And this is with any business, this is with anything you start. You're looking at it, making sure it's right. Then you start kind of getting good. So you're kind of feeling it. So now you
Yeah.
memorize the music and you can kind of like feel it a little bit, but you still kind of making sure you ain't off. You're looking at the band, make sure you're on. But there's a part where when you master the guitar, you master your craft, you don't have to think about nothing. You don't have to think about the music. It flows. It literally flows through you. Like when a song comes on, you know these chords, you know this progression. Not only can I do these chords, but I can put some stuff in there of my own. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like that with anything you do. At first, you're gonna be kind of watching, making sure you're doing it right. But as you get more comfortable, you will flow. You know what I mean? And once you start flowing, it's really no rules at that point. You don't follow no rules. You don't follow. You do what feels right because you already got things to pull from in your mind. You know what I mean, that you'd have learned. So you pulling from this scale. You pulling from that scale. You pulling from that riff that you learned, 3 or 4 months ago. Now you hitting that riff and mixing it with something else. So yeah, man, it all comes back to being a journey. It's just one big journey.
And that's
Yeah,
what it's all about, the journey. And we know the journey has been fun. We know the journey could be trying, but we know it's all about pressing.
yeah,
Because when Paul said, I press my way. And
yeah,
even though, because we can be our own worst enemy, we get in our own way, we get into our feelings and our emotions, but we know at the end of the day, the job has to get done. And that's how I look at it when I do this show. Make sure I'm putting in 1,000%. Make sure I'm learning. I listen to different other podcasts, how they perfect their stuff and how they
yeah,
do the advertising and their marketing. That stuff plays a role too, ladies and gentlemen. Not just in podcasts and music, in anything you do. You want to bring the best at what you do because at the end of the day, you want to give everybody their time's worth. That's what it's all about. That people take time out, listen to what you have to say, whether they're in their car, whether they're cleaning the house, working out. You want to make sure that you bring that great content
yes,
to the listening audience. That's what it's all about. Also, I posted, if you want to shop with me, go to the Walk in This Ways ImpactVoice.com website. We have t-shirts, hoodies, you name it, on there because that's how I like to support what I do. I'm doing a podcast, doing the clothing thing too, the t-shirts, and so go check out some new merchandise on the Walk in This Way
Hey
ImpactVoice.com.
yo, and it's dope merchandise. Okay, it's stuff that I would wear like in a music video, or it's not just a t-shirt, just with what I mean, with some
Right.
with some paint on it. Like it's fashionable, looks good, fits well, quality clothes. Great. They got great merch, man.
And I do appreciate it because I just did a new T-shirt blue collar mentality. If everybody know what a blue collar is about getting the job done. Because at the end of the day, we all blue collar. At the end of the day, we all workhorses. So
Yeah.
it's all about getting that job done and putting in that work. So that's what it's all about. So Pat, what's going on with you next? I know you're still doing music, and I know you're
Yeah.
doing other productivity. So what's next on the journey of Pap-Star?
Well, we got we briefly talked about it already. We got Quick Flip is dropping July 7th, so that's in 2 days.
Okay.
Gonna be shooting a video to that either this weekend or next weekend, but definitely shooting a video um to that. Also switching off the from the music side. um Without giving too much information, in preparation for a mental uh, health app to be launched pretty soon, possibly at the by the end of this month. That's what we're aiming for. But the app is called Mendable. Um, we actually have been starting a community on Clubhouse every Tuesday and every Thursday from 2 to 4 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Okay.
Um, we hold meetings on Clubhouse. Mondays is for mainly men. Women could come too, but as far as speaking in the room is men, and basically we give men a safe place to talk, whether they are venting, whether they are talking about how they overcame an obstacle, whatever they're feeling at the time. We give them a safe space for men to speak, not to be judged. Um, and where they can talk. And then on Thursdays, however you identify, you could come speak, and you have a support system that's there for you. So that's how we have been doing it on Clubhouse. But when the app drops, the app is going to have all type of tools. Um, One of my favorite tools is the where it'll be able to read your thumb. You'll be able to put your thumb over the camera,
Okay.
and it'll be able to basically tell your anxiety levels or and things like that. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Hmm.
Now I've been work. Actually, we have been. It's with Sophia May. Sophia May is the founder of
Okay.
Mendable,
Big shout out to her.
and we've been working on this, man, since I want to say since 2020. Since
Okay.
2020, we've been working on this consistently. We grew our numbers. We started off with maybe 10 people, and now our house is what it's called on Clubhouse. Our house has grown to over 30K members,
Man, that's what's
which is a
up.
blessing.
It
So
is.
that's just the power of consistency. And so I am looking forward for this technology to be, featured into the world, man. I can't wait till the world can actually access this technology. It's really going to be mind blowing. And I'm just trying not to give too much detail, but it's definitely going to be an amazing app. But that's what's next for me. So be on the lookout for the Mendable app. You can also go to mendable.app. If you want to join the mailing list, become a beta tester of the app, you can go there and find out all the information about the app. So, yeah.
Man, that's what's up right there. I'm about ready to leave the studio shortly. So go ahead, Pat, plug in one more time about the new single that's gonna be dropping in a couple of days. Where can we get it from? What time does it drop? So we can support you on that.
Awesome. Quick Flip dropping July 7th. Produced by me, Pap-Star. I'm on all the vocals, Pap-Star, mix, master, everything. Produced by me, dropping July 7th. It's gonna be on all platforms. So whether you're on Spotify, iTunes, and whatever else they got on there, out there, it's gonna be on all those platforms. So make sure to get that. You can also go if you follow me on Instagram at Mr. Papstar. You can find the pre-save link in my bio, and you can pre-save it. So when the 7th comes, you can already have it. By midnight, it will be out on all platforms. So probably midnight, July 6th, it'll be out. So really, that's July 7th, midnight. So
Right.
you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
That's the time it'll be out.
Most definitely. Hey, Pat, we're
Yeah.
gonna do one more commercial, and after that, we'll get into your final remarks, and then we're
Okay.
gonna be out this thing. So after this commercial, everybody, we'll be right back with Pap Star with his final remarks, and we gonna be out this thing.
M. Green Enterprises, the home of Malira Green, your confidence coach. She is a licensed clinical social worker who serves as a therapist, clinical supervisor, master healer, and transformative speaker. Malira is fiercely committed to guiding individuals to become unstuck and motivated to confidently reach their goals while owning their God-given gifts. She serves as the bridge between your caterpillar and butterfly moment. If you are ready to transform, check out www.maliratransforms.com, where she is ready to transform with you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. Once again, I am Furman Jackson Jr. I'm the CEO and the founder of Walking This Ways. We're broadcasting right now in the DFW. And also with me in the studio is businessman, artist, producer, mental health advocate, certified life coach, Pap-Star with me in the studio, talking about his new song that's gonna be dropping in 2 days. Quick flip, so we looking forward to that as well. So my bro, about to get out this studio, but before we leave, I want you to give your final remarks to the audience that's listening right now, where they're gonna go back and listen to it on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and hope eventually we're gonna post it on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts as well.
Well, I want to say my final remarks will be this. 2019, I pretty much lost everything. Was in a divorce. My youngest daughter passed away, and I was probably at the lowest point of my life. I wanted to get out of here. Fast forward 2023, I had music on Netflix, I had music on Sports Center, and a lot of major shows. Just did a major movie last year. I don't even remember the name of it. American Murder. These things may have seemed impossible to me in 2019, but I made a decision that I was not going to give up, and that the death of my daughter, Kyler, was going to mean something. I was going to cherish life. I was going to take life for granted, and I was going to go for my dreams, and I did that. So, and I'm proud of myself. And I want to tell you that you can do the same thing. I don't care what you're going through, what you got going on in your life. All you got to do is make a decision that you want more, want better, and start acting on that. And you can achieve whatever you want. You can paint whatever picture you want. That's what I want to leave you with. Anything is possible if you believe. With God, anything is possible. I'm a living witness. Looking at a man that was on the verge, I'm telling you, on the verge of suicide. Okay? Losing everything. But I had to start from scratch, almost on some Job type time. And I know that I'm coming into a season of blessings. And I just want to encourage you that you might be on the verge of your own self. You might be barely holding on, and maybe looking like you can't make it. But I'm telling you, if you choose to see a different outcome, you can have a different outcome. And I'll stop with that. I ain't gonna preach to the folks.
And that's what's up. We're finna get out the studio. I'll be back here Saturday morning at 10 a.m. I'll be with Joseph Roberts. He's the author of Blessings in the Streets, the book, and also he has the podcast as well, Blessings in the Streets. So he's going to be here Saturday morning with me at 10 a.m. So I will be back here at 10 a.m. here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. Enjoy your night. Remember the graveyard. I got to give a big shout out to Steve Dean Williams on this. He always says this on his show. But he said, always remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were going to see tomorrow, and they didn't. Let's live life like it's our last, like Pap mentioned earlier. And at the end of the day, enjoy yourself, love yourself, work on getting better. I'm telling myself that also. Work on getting better. Always find ways to get better. Always become a student of the game. Always stay humble, stay meek, and enjoy life. Like I said, we're already in the 7th month of 2023. Let's finish this year out strong. And let's make some changes. And this change start right here, right? Change start changing the mindset. So let's change our mindset. So one more time, Pap, go ahead and plug in one more time about the new single that's dropping in 2 days. And we're going to leave the studio. I cannot keep saying it, but go ahead and plug it in one more time.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right. Hey, let's talk about it. July 7th, my new single, Quick Flip, will be out on all streaming platforms. You can just type in Pap-Star, P-A-P, space, S-T-A-R. You can find me on all platforms. July 7th, Quick Flip. Make sure you comment because I'm going to be posting. So follow me. If you don't follow me on Facebook. Just type in Gregory Pap-Star Finley. I'll be on there. Or just type in Pap-Star. You'll find me. Instagram at Mr. Pap-Star. Same thing on Clubhouse. Come join us in our memorable rooms. Men on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Come event, man. Share. It's a safe place. Come share with us, man. We would love to pour into you.
And that's what's up. So, man, y'all have a great night. Like I said, I'll be back here Saturday morning at 10 a.m. here on Walking This Way Impact Was Podcast. Be blessed, everybody. Great night to everyone. Peace.